Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run. We've got a new patch, so I wanted to do a vanilla random run just to try out the new patch. It's not major what they changed in this patch, but I'm excited for it because it's going to mean that we will be seeing more patches to the PC version. One thing that does mean is that the mobile version of Brotato and the PC version of Brotato will probably diverge over time because they're actually being published by two completely different companies now. I think the mobile version publishing rights were sold. So we will probably start to see some differences show up between the two versions, and I'm excited to see what that is. If they become too different, I'll probably install an emulator so I can also stream with the mobile version occasionally. I'll have to keep an eye on sort of how that goes. We're, of course, jumping in with a random class and random weapon and trying to beat Danger 5. We're at exactly an 80% win rate so far, so we'll see if I drop back down from 80% or increase above 80%. Before I start, I'd also like to say thank you so much to Michał Defons for the 25 zlotys donation. I am not sure if I'm pronouncing the currency right, but thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get right into it. Gonna hit a random character. We got the Old. Old is exciting. There's a bunch of options here that are very strong and a bunch that are weaker. For my class guide, I did the Wrench, so we're gonna do something else pretty much, but I'm pretty open to any of the other options. We'll just kind of see what we get. I should also talk about what changed in the patch. It's mostly performance updates and bug fixes. The main one is that they fixed Shop 3, which used to give you exactly one weapon. Now it gives you at least one weapon when you reroll in Shop 3, so it's the same as Shops 4 and 5, which give you at least one weapon in those waves. Guaranteed whenever you reroll. So that's a slight change that will make it a little easier to find specific weapons going forward. Alright, let's see what we got. We are playing with the shotgun. This is exciting. It's the get off my lawn build. Just an old guy with shotguns, small map, fewer enemies. Let's get right into it. I did get a little bit of lag right at the beginning of the wave there, so I'm hoping that's not an issue with the patch, because that would be annoying if there was lag. Have to stand here so that my shotgun hits the tree and also as many enemies as possible. The Old gets additional harvesting, which is really good, and shotguns scale best with flat damage, so we're going to buy that. Shotguns also are one of the few weapons where you want to level up your shotguns. It's better to have fewer high-level shotguns than it is to have more middle-level shotguns. And I am going to go with shotguns, just mono shotgun here, because I think that's the most fun, rather than going for a mixed weapon build, more in the spirit of random. I am going to lock the Ugly Tooth because reducing enemy move speed, that stacks with the enemy move speed reduction from Old, so we can get very slow enemies, and that will help us with these elites. We have elites at 12, 15, and 17, so that should be relatively good for those fights. We'll take more shotguns. I'm not going to lock the duck, although I would take it, and roll, and lock another shotgun. This is actually a great roll for our opening shop as well. I also I'm going to say, please forgive me if I am coughing or if my voice sounds a little different. I actually tested positive for COVID in 2023, which is a bit unfortunate, but I'm doing fine, so don't worry or anything, but I may have a slightly sore throat for the next few recordings, and I've been a little behind on replying to comments and stuff like that. Alright, we're going to increase our harvesting to try to hit 21. And buy this shotgun and another shotgun. Really good luck on rolling more shotguns, which is nice. And we'll take this weird food. If we'd been able to lock a 6th, that would have been even better, but feeling very good about this build so far. So what we're going to do is get to 6 weapons, and then we're just going to try to max one of them as soon as we can. Nice to see a crate drop as well. Oh, can we get this I think maybe we can get the loot alien. Oh, I think it was like one shot away. If I had manually targeted a little faster or seen it just a little earlier, I might have been able to get it. As is, I wasted a few shots not killing it, but the Cyclops Worm is an excellent drop here. Very happy to see that. Percent damage is great. And I'm going to reroll this, looking for either harvesting to get up to 21 or more ranged damage, and finding 8 harvesting is perfect. Get this shotgun, and I'm also just going to buy out these two, and then I'm going to leave the Ugly Tooth and then roll for a shotgun again. So you can see here we are now seeing 2 weapons in Wave 3. Previously, prior to the patch, that was impossible. I'm going to throw in one more reroll, I think, just to see if we can lock another shotgun, but we didn't. That's fine. I think we don't need to lock any of those. Let's go to the next wave. One thing to bear in mind when you're using a shotgun build is that your weapons have a lot of pierce already, so you don't need pierce the same way that you do with other ranged weapons, and in fact, if you take Sharp Bullet, it's going to decrease your damage output just by lowering the piercing damage of your weapons. So unlike just about every other ranged weapon, you actually don't want to pick up Sharp Bullet. More flat-ranged damage is perfect. I could take 7% crit chance here. It's not great right now because we don't have that much like damage and attack speed, but it is a level 3 upgrade. I do also need armor, but I think I'm going to go with the crit chance, just give us a little more wave clear early. I'll take the Ugly Tooth, though of course now we really need to be on the lookout for move speed increasing items. And then this is perfect. We can upgrade our shotguns here. And also get a Lemonade. Now we've got great consumable heal, which is awesome, and then I will roll again. I'm going to lock the shotgun, and while normally I like Peaceful Bee, I think on this character it's slightly worse because it's so important for us to have high flat-ranged damage to make these shotguns good, so Peaceful Bee loses a lot of value there, and we already have 28 harvesting, so it's actually not as important for us to stack harvesting at this point. That said, I will lock the lens and the Lemonade. I guess one consideration is that if I do buy the Peaceful Bee, then we'll get a free reroll. But I think, in general, we're going to be better off just stacking damage, especially because when we get to our elites, we need to be able to burst them down. The old is going to have weak move speed and less room to dodge, so you just need to be able to kill the elites as quickly as possible. I will say, it's pretty funny to have avoided getting COVID for this long and then test positive in 2023. But, you know, these things happen. Alright, let's get a range damage here. And so what we're going to do is try to make the highest level individual shotgun we can. And then grab this and then roll, and then we can continue to try to level up our shotguns. I'm also going to take the cake. Actually, it's possible I should have grabbed Scar here. Wave 5 is still early enough that you can benefit from the XP gain. I think I will still take it going into Wave 6, though it's less valuable, but if I was going to grab it, I should have taken it this wave rather than next wave. Yeah, we'll keep decreasing enemy speed. Now I will really, really need to buy move speed, but Snail on old is fun, just makes the enemies move so much slower, especially when combined with Ugly Tooth. What we need now most of all is move speed and attack speed. A little bit of maximum health would not go amiss either. And we will eventually need some regeneration or something. So shotguns also don't play very well with lifesteal because weapons that fire multiple projectiles can only ever trigger one lifesteal, which is different from weapons that have bouncing projectiles, which can trigger multiple times. So it's weird that that is a factor in the game. So while both lifesteal and both lifesteal and health regeneration can be good for this build. We need one or the other. It's less important to go lifesteal than on other ranged characters. Normally, I prefer lifesteal for ranged characters, but on shotguns, it's less of an advantage. I'm going to keep taking flat damage. Even though we do need attack speed, we also really need flat damage. I'm going to buy both of these, and then I will take this flat damage. This is a pretty inefficient way to buy it, but still good. And then great to find this broken mouth. So now we've reduced our regeneration a little bit, which means we're more likely to want to go lifesteal on this build anyways. Because we have a level 3 shotgun, we should be good to let the slasher spawn and then kill it, I think. See how my DPS is. Yeah, it died super fast, so we should have no problem just letting the eggs hatch. You get a little more money that way. This one's dying a little slower. I guess my good shotgun didn't target it. And of course, when you're playing with shotguns, you should think of them in some ways as a melee weapon that has just a big cleave. Oops, didn't mean to break that egg, but not a problem. Let's also shove that guy into the corner so we can get that kill. Because, of course, you want multiple pellets to hit the same thing. When it's free, I'm going to take the Peaceful Bee, I think, even though it does decrease our damage, but we don't need to spend money on it, which is always good. And I'll take 2% lifesteal here. That can get us some... start building towards having some additional damage. And here I'm going to take attack speed over ranged damage. 15% attack speed is really good, so we need to start building that. Take the broken mouth as well, and we'll roll. Roll again. You really don't need Baby Gecko on the old, because the arena is so small. Take the coupon, and then we will upgrade to a level 4 shotgun, which increases our damage output significantly. I'm not going to take mutation, because we need movement speed so badly, and I'm going to save my money rather than reroll here. We're gonna focus on clearing these enemies. So attack speed is also really good because it means that my high-level weapon is gonna fire more often. When I'm recording, at the time that I'm recording this, I also just did a video that if you like my Brotato stuff, you should go check out. I did a first look at Death Must Die, which is another sort of horde survival game, which I thought was really fun and really worth looking at. So if you are into Brotato, definitely go check that one out. I'm going to take percent damage here just because it's a level 3 upgrade. And then here we will take move speed. I do lose crit chance, which our crit chance is relevant, but move speed obviously is really important to us right now. And then, do I want the Lumberjack shirt? Yeah, it's cheap, and it pulls a unique out of the pool, and it also means that our shotgun pellets can break the trees, even if only one of them hits it. We'll keep taking injection. We do need to increase our HP, but more important is increasing our damage output. And then here I'm going to take Gentle Alien. Going into wave 9, this is going to be really good, just giving us extra farming potential. And we also have a Scar and stuff like that, so it's really good to get that and lock the shotgun. I don't think we're going to have too much trouble with actual clear speed, so I don't need to upgrade my weapon, because we have the level 4 shotgun. More enemies is going to be more important to us. So now I need to increase my lifesteal, need to increase my damage output, mostly by attack speed again is the best, although flat damage would also be very good for us here. We just need basically to boost our kill potential before we go up against an elite, because that's what's going to cause the most problems for this build. With the big AoE damage of shotguns, you usually don't have to worry too much about hordes or small groups of individual enemies, but elites are more of a challenge. Especially in the small arena that the ult gets. Leveled up the character 3 times, so you can see Scar coming into play there. Medical Turret is really good for us here. We need some healing, and also, because the arena's small, it's more likely to be in range of us. Definitely take the lens as well. Flat damage is super important. And here I'm going to take 10% attack speed, because we need that. And also, 12% speed. This is a real gift, especially with 0 luck still. This was a very lucky roll, and of course, brings our speed back up to full, so that's great. And then here I'm going to take more attack speed over flat damage at this point, I think. Just getting our level 4 shotgun to fire as often as possible is really important. Level this up, and then take Cyclops Worm and Head Injury, both really good ways to increase our percent damage. And we can get a level 3 shotgun here, which is great. And like I talked about, you don't want Sharp Bullet if you're a shotgun build, so we're not going to take that. Do I want to spend 44 on 2 HP at the cost of 3 attack speed? I think not. I think we can do better than the defective steroids. We'll take this bag, and again, making sure to have high-level shotguns is what you want. I will take Metal Plate. Our armor is okay, but could definitely be better. And what I'm hoping is that we can get a bunch of health in the next wave or two, so we have more like 40 or 50. An ideal find for us would be like a level 3 health. Level up. And then any damage we get is really good as well, of course. The faster we can kill the elite, the better. We do get a little lucky in that we have a level 12 elite rather than a level 11, so even though we're a little behind where we'd like to be in terms of raw damage output, I think, we should still be doing well when we fight the elite. We don't have to be quite as early. Nice to get a bag and then immediately pick up 2 crates, too. Scar is also better for this character. I should have mentioned this when I picked it up. Scar is also better for this character because you start with harvesting, so you're going to end up at a higher level than most other characters. Our move speed capped at 0. We don't really need the shackles, so I'm just going to recycle it. I guess I'll take Tardigrade when it's free. This will help against the elite, and then I mentioned this specifically as the best find for us, so we'll take the heart there. Going to take the metal plate and roll. Clover, we lose lifesteal, but we also get luck and dodge. We do need luck, and our dodge isn't going to be amazing, but I think I will still buy the Clover. At this point, maybe we're just focusing on consumable healing and not actually worrying about healing at all. I'll take move speed and consumable healing, and do I want the helmet? I probably do, just to make sure we don't get, one shot. Nothing else here that I really want, so we'll throw in one more reroll. I'm trying to maximize our power before we go into the elite fight. Do I want to go to -1 speed to get another ranged damage? It's a pretty bad way to buy ranged damage, but we are heading towards an elite fight, so I think I will take the mutation. We have time to repair our speed. Oh, I like that it's got this purple outline on the health bar now. That shows that our tardigrade hit is still up. Great little UI update there. Oop. Alright, well, lost the tardigrade update. This patch is, like I said, not that exciting in and of itself, but really exciting to see that the game is actually getting updates again. Getting post-launch support, and they teased some DLC. So hopefully we'll get a bunch of fun additions to it as well. Really looking forward to what they do next. Took some damage there, but you can see that with 8 consumable heals and the small arena makes it easier to pick up consumables. We're healing up even without any natural regen. Plus, of course, we have the medical turret. Pretty weak income from that wave, I have to say. I could take 12 harvesting, but I think I just want to maximize our damage before we go into the next wave. I will take the Clover. And do I want to buy 10% attack speed here for 120? It's typically inefficient, but I do want attack speed before I fight the elite. So normally I don't advocate buying Banner too aggressively, because you lose lifesteal, which is important for a lot of builds, and the range, you pay a lot for the range, which is basically a relevant stat. But here we just want attack speed so badly going into an elite fight, and we'll take the head injury as well. By the percent damage here, or by the shotgun here, that will help us level our weapons, and let's see if we can fight this elite. So we're trying to burst it down before the wave gets too difficult for us. And you can see we've got a lot of damage. I'm manually targeting it to make sure that we never waste our level 4 shotgun blast on something else. And because we have all the cleave damage from other stuff, we are able to attack by just circling around it. We're able to clear everything else out as we go. So definitely happy that we spent all of that money on maximizing our damage output. And of course it was also moving super slowly because we have Ugly Tooth and Snail and are the old, so it was very easy to dodge. You can get away with a lot less HP on old than on other characters often, just because the enemies are so slow. It's very easy to not get hit. I mean, I think we've gotten hit twice this wave and like maximum of 1 time every other wave, basically. So we're doing really well in terms of that. I guess I'll take this. 20 luck is fine. We don't need the elemental damage, but I guess 20 luck is worth 49. Well, pretty disappointing there, to be honest. I'd rather have HP than armor at this point, because our armor is decent and our HP is quite low. Get to level up our shotguns here. Oh, actually, I should have combined to a level 4 shotgun. Just habit doing that. But I should have a level 4. I should have 2 level 4s, a level 2, and 3 level 1s, rather than this setup. Because shotguns benefit so heavily from being max level. I'll increase my luck some more. We're relying pretty heavily on consumable heal at this point, so having 70 luck is going to be really good. And then I'm not going to buy another tardigrade. I took the free one, but you don't really need to buy them normally. Mouse, I will still take. That's going to be a lot more money just from the more enemies, so I'm happy to take that. We'll pass on Missile. It won't even really increase our damage. And then I'm going to not waste a reroll here. Having picked up... I walked right into that attack. Having picked up Mouse, we can now maybe try to build some lifesteal again. But more importantly, just the additional enemies is going to be more money than the -5 harvesting. One thing that I would like to do sort of going forwards in terms of content, I know many of you here watching this video are just here for Brotato, but I'd like to do more of a like trying new indie games focus as we go forwards, like I did with Death Must Die. Not to exclude, you know, not at the expense of the other games I've been covering, but just something that I'd like to include in the channel. Because a lot of those games don't otherwise get a lot of coverage, and it's also something I really enjoy doing, is trying out new games, showing them off to people. Yeah, sure, we'll take the jetpack. Now we can actually build our dodge up as we go, and here I'll take some HP to make up for the HP I just lost. We will... so here I'm going to combine, get the level 4 shotgun, and buy this level 1, because I remember to do that this time. Do I want to spend 100 on 3 HP? I don't think so. We do need HP, but it's more important that I spend my money in a way that's good. We will increase our attack speed, of course, and a harvesting increase is going to be really nice as well, so we will still take this. Fertilizer, of course, has no downside, so it's going to pay for itself. And then I will take the bandana. It's not as good, of course, because you can see we've got 3 piercing, minus 30% damage per pierce. So the last bullet is not going to do like any damage anyways, but it will still be a mild increase in damage output, especially for the lower level shotguns. Take the Shady Potion for additional luck, and the Propeller Hat as well for additional luck, I think. Yeah, I'll lock the Propeller Hat. Now we're fast, because we have the jetpack. For once, on the old, Wave 14 is not that dangerous a wave, because there's just fewer enemies on the field, and the summons cannot get stacked up the same way they can on other characters, because the field is much smaller. Very easy to make sure you're actually clearing them as they spawn. Normally I say that wave 14 is the most dangerous wave, or a wave 11 elite. Those are the two waves that are most likely to kill most builds. But for this build, wave 14 is basically free. Of course, having said that, now I'm going to die. Took my tardigrade hit there. I will say, because we've ended up with quite low HP, normally I'm not a huge fan of tardigrade in Danger 5 runs. Obviously, for endless runs, it's very important. But it's been better for this build than it often is for other builds. I think this is still worth it. We're going to get quite a bit of money out of it, so even though we lose a little bit of damage output, it's still going to be worth it. I will re-roll this harvesting upgrade, though, because we need stuff that increases our damage. And I'll throw in one more re-roll, so yeah, perfect. 20% attack speed is great. I will take the alloy, although we do want to build dodge. 3 ranged damage is a pretty good use of 200. 3 ranged damage and 5 crit chance. So alloy, normally a pretty inefficient item, but for ranged damage builds, especially because our flat damage is pretty low, I'm going to take it. That being said, do I want to buy Peaceful Bee here to try to boost my dodge back up? I think that is still worth it. I'm going to do both of these. That was a little bit of a contradictory buy. It's possible that going down one path or the other was better. Let's make sure that we are focusing down the elite as quickly as we can. Really not worried about paying too much attention to the other units on the field, just making sure that we are bursting down the elite. I did take 1,000,000 damage there, so I've got to go grab some healing of some kind, and then focus down the elite if we can. Come on, die. There we go. I needed to kill it quickly so that I could pick up the full heal. Ended up fighting that fight pretty badly, honestly. Put myself in slightly more danger than I needed to, just by leaving the elite alive at low health, and also by stacking up too many summons. Now that the elite's dead, we can clear out the summons more easily. That is the downside of a consumable heal-focused healing setup, and we fought away from our medical turret and also just have low HP. I'm going to recycle this, actually, because we need more armor, and I need to just increase my damage output. I will take Bloody Hand, though. That will help solve our healing problems, as well as giving us a bunch of bonus damage. This is a great item. We don't have a Triangle of Power or anything, so I don't need to worry about that. And then here I'm actually going to take 9% dodge. I'd like to get my dodge up to 60 if we can, so being able to start building that up is going to be really good. Let's get to a level 3 shotgun, buy this shotgun, and then we will take the 5 HP. That's great. I'd love to get to 80 HP soon. I will still take this flat damage. Roll again. We're now going to buy any lifesteal we see, obviously, because we have Bloody Hand. I will still take the flat damage from the alloy and the damage from the tentacle, and I think I'm not going to lock Shady Potion. Just increasing our damage output is going to be good here. Alright, of course, we do also lose our tardigrade when you take Bloody Hand. This is another wave that's normally pretty dangerous because of the buffing aliens, but gets a lot easier for the old. It's just much harder for them to get away from you, so they can't stack up the same way. Notice I took 20 damage from that hit, so because our armor's fairly low, and I did decrease my dodge, we are in danger of getting, like, 3-shot if I let too many of the buffers stack up. And we're not getting that much money per wave anymore, just because of my clear speed, basically. I will take this additional luck. This is going to be 12% damage, or 9% damage, because we'll get wave 17, 18, and 19. I think 9% damage is still worth it. Here I'm going to take armor, actually. Oh, although lifesteal is also worth damage. Yeah, I'll take the lifesteal. I do want to increase my armor as soon as I can, but we need to boost lifesteal as well. Gonna combine here, get a leveled up shotgun. So interestingly, we have actually a lot of elemental damage because we picked up the wolf helmet, so I am going to buy the scared sausage. This is going to be a decent amount of additional damage. Extra dodge is great, so we'll take that. I'll lock the lure because we don't need it for the boss wave. And now that I have scared sausage, I'm actually going to take the landmines because this can help apply the fire, and then we can actually sort of backdoor into a bit of an elemental damage build as well. Again, just going to try to burst down the elite as quickly as we can. Which, now that we have so much more damage from Bloody Hand and stuff, we're doing very easily. Also, because we have good attack speed, the lifesteal is a very good healing setup. So, like, you can never get more than 1 point of lifesteal per shot from the shotgun, but because it's got so many shots, it's very likely to apply the healing. You see, basically every time we fire, we're getting a point of lifesteal, but never more than 1. Lose some attack speed and crit chance, but we get 5 flat ranged damage. We get 5 fat ranged damage, which is obviously incredible, and we'll take max HP here. Take the lure. I will take this armor. Our armor is pretty low at the moment, so increasing that is good. And then I think at this point, max HP is so valuable for us, I will buy the inefficient spicy sauce. And then here, yeah, I'll take 6% crit chance. That just increases our damage output. Especially because we do have tentacles, so we're getting healing from that as well. I like that loot alien spawning and immediately getting blasted in the face with a shotgun and just going down.
Gonna keep on clearing the waves here. I guess, wait, did I just take a beanie and then we get another beanie? That's really funny. I guess we got 2 beanies in a row. Upgrade our HP, and finding this level 4 health is even better, going up to 84. That's awesome. I will take this lemonade and then roll again. Leather vest, great. We get to buff up our dodge and armor, both of which are stuff that we really need. And we're now getting pretty close to dodge cap. Gonna combine here, getting to level 3, buy another level 1 shotgun. And roll again. Obviously, we're not buying Vigilante Ring going into the last wave, but do I want to trade 1 range damage for 6 HP? I don't actually think so. I'll roll again. I will take Baby with a Beard, though. Our range damage is great. I don't think Recycling Machine will have time to pay for itself, so we're going to pass on that. It's possible I've been forgetting to pick up Lifesteal, because I always forget. When I have Bloody Hand, I always forget to just buy Lifesteal because it's also flat damage, or percent damage. So, very possible I've passed on a few lifesteal items that I should have taken. The fire has been okay. I don't know how much damage the Scared Sausage has done. I guess I can check that.
One thing I do hope they add in the update is slightly better tool tipping for stuff like that. Like, I'd rather know how much damage it did per wave rather than how much damage it's done total. We'll take the lure here. Even though it's going into wave 20, it's still just kind of fun to have lure, and it also gives you 2 guaranteed consumables, which can help you heal. I'm going to roll because we want to either get good defensive stats, like 9% dodge, or something that increases our damage. Baby with a beard should help going into the last wave. Move speed, 20% is fine. We don't need to increase our move speed. I'll take Cyclops Worm and Head Injury, though. And Insanity will also be a damage increase, so I'll grab that. Then I can upgrade to another level 4 shotgun and buy this one, and we're in great shape. I could also have taken the bat, but I think that the shotgun upgrade is going to be better. Let me take a look at what we have so far. Just checking the scared sausage and stuff. It's only dealt 2,000 damage, so this really has not paid off significantly. But I think it was worth speculating on just because we had so much elemental damage for free. Need to break that tree so I can heal back up. You can see this is where we start to have a little bit of trouble just from our lifesteal, because we're not actually lifestealing that much. So we had a slightly harder time maintaining HP there. But of course we had tons of damage, so we just burst down the enemies. Alright, my friends, this was a fun one. I always enjoy playing the old. This was actually the first character I beat Danger 5 on, I think. And just a really fun character. It's nice that it changes the map. And it was fun getting back into vanilla random as well. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, do please take the time to leave a comment and like the video. I appreciate that. You can see our damage output from our high-level shotguns is wildly superior. Excuse me. And you can subscribe to my channel for more of this and other strategy game content. Cheers, my friends. I'll catch you next time.